He wasn't mine by blood. Not fully, anyway. But when he was 5 and our dad slammed the door and never came back, I was the one who stood in the hallway and picked up the pieces. Not mom. Not some miracle stepdad. Me. I was 13. I should have been playing video games, ditching class, getting into harmless trouble. Instead, I was making peanut butter sandwiches, helping him tie his shoes, and telling him lies like, "It's okay, buddy. He's just on a work trip." No one asked me to step up. I just did. Because someone had to. Because when he had nightmares, it was my bed he crawled into. When he cried because the other kids had dads show up to school plays, I sat in the back, clapping louder than anyone else. I was proud of him. And I told myself it didn't matter if I was his brother, his father figure, or something in between. Love didn't need labels. Every birthday, I gave him something bigger than I gave myself. Every win, every heartbreak, every milestone, I was there. I skipped college offers to help pay bills. Worked 2 jobs. Slept 4 hours a night. And when our mom got sick for a while, I was the one who held her hair back when she threw up, made grocery runs, helped with his homework, and made sure he never saw just how close to the edge we were. He never asked how I did it all. But that was okay. I wasn't doing it for praise. Still, there were signs, subtle at first, that maybe he didn't see me the way I saw him. He'd roll his eyes when I reminded him of things. Joke that I was basically Dad 2.0. But I brushed it off. Teenagers are jerks sometimes. I was one once. But one day changed everything. It wasn't dramatic. No storm. No betrayal with fireworks. It was just an ordinary Tuesday. Our mom's 50th birthday. A dinner party I organized, paid for, cooked for, every detail planned to the hour. And I thought, just for a moment, maybe he'd look at me the way I looked at him all those years. Maybe he'd say thanks. Instead, when a distant cousin asked how we were related, he laughed and said, "Oh, he's just my half-sibling. Chill." And then he smirked like it was funny. Like that label made everything I ever did optional. And my mom, our mom, just sipped her wine. Said nothing. Nothing. That silence was louder than any insult. But you know what the worst part was? It wasn't the betrayal. It was realizing I had confused responsibility with love. That maybe, to them, I'd never been family, just convenient. And that night, something in me snapped. Not in rage. In clarity. This story, it isn't just about what they did. It's about what I finally did next. And if you think that insult at the dinner table was the deepest cut, just wait. That night, I left the dinner table early. No dramatic exits, no broken plates, no shouting. Just a slow push of the chair, a hollow smile, and my car keys slipping quietly into my hand like a final goodbye. I didn't sleep. I sat in my car outside my apartment for hours. I kept hearing his voice. He's just my half-sibling, chill. As if the last 16 years of raising him were an overreaction. As if I hadn't been the one who bought his soccer cleats, paid his summer camp fees when mom couldn't, taught him how to shave. The worst part? That look in his eyes. Detached. Casual. Like I was someone who just happened to be around. That was the beginning of a shift in me. Not bitterness. Precision. I started pulling back, quietly, like a general preparing for a final retreat. I stopped checking his grades. Stopped reminding him about deadlines. I stopped transferring money to mom's account, just in case he needed lunch money. I canceled the streaming subscriptions that were still in my name. No warning. Just vanished. Days passed. Then weeks. No one noticed. Not my brother. Not mom. Not until mom called, her voice tight and brittle, asking why the power bill bounced. I told her calmly. Because I'm just a half-sibling, remember? Silence again. But now I wasn't devastated by it. I was dissecting it. Full story on channel. Link below.